Hey everyone, this is Rob, and today I'm going to be taking a look at these, I guess it's plural, Hollyland Lark M2 Duo microphones. Well, there are two. It comes in a package of two, and it's a duo because it supports both iPhone, actually should be a trio because it supports iPhone, Android or USB-C, and also cameras or even PC. So it has its own receiver for basically every type of mobile and then some not mobile devices. So it's not the highest level. I think the high-end one is the Max. I don't think there's one higher than the Max at this time, but this is about $100 cheaper than that. They launched, I think, at $180 for the Duo package, which again includes the adapters for all those different devices. But I got this one for $140 from B&H Photo, so pretty good deal. Definitely looking forward to upgrading my phone at some point, and when I do, I'll be glad that I have the Duo version, which supports USB-C instead of just Lightning. So anyway, I'm going to be doing a sound test and comparing it to the Blue Yeti mic, which I'm using right now, the internal iPhone mic, which I use sometimes, the AirPods Pro 2 mic, which I hardly ever use for videos, but I have done in the past, and the Ulanzi J12s, which I reviewed quite some time back. I liked them at the time, but you know, technology, right? These are supposed to sound pretty good. So anyway, let's open it up real quick, check out the package, see what it comes with, and then check out the sound quality. So let's take a look at the actual package. Lark M2 wireless lavalier microphone. So it does come with two. You can see they're fairly small, and this is a duo package, which again I think maybe should be called the trio. It has the normal receiver, then it has receivers for Lightning phones like earlier iPhones, or I think 13 was the last one, maybe 14, I can't remember. Might have been 14, but Lightning port iPhones, and then USB-C for modern iPhones and Android phones. So yeah, pretty cool. I'm still using an older iPhone that has a Lightning connector, so this is useful to me now, but at some point I'll be upgrading my phone, and regardless of what I choose, it's going to be supporting USB-C. So that's why I got the Duo version. Also, it supports cameras, as you can see there. So cameras, high-end cameras that support external microphones. I basically got this because after a while I wasn't super thrilled. How do I open this? With the Ulanzi J12s. I was at the time, but you know, anytime you buy something new, you kind of like it. And then after a while, I was like, yeah, you know, I have better options. So I don't really use it a whole lot. Okay, so here's, I know what those are for. These are stickers for the buttons. The button microphones. So this is a charging case, very similar to the J12s. Comes with a charging case. So I'm glad it has some charge there. But these are the microphones. You can see they're very small. I'll grab the J12s here in a little bit for comparison, but they're very, very small, about maybe the size of a quarter and the thickness of a lot of quarters. I don't know how many quarters that would be. 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 or 6 quarters. But they're magnetic. So they don't have a clip. You put them on your clothes and they just kind of snap. Oh, that magnet's pretty strong. So that's pretty neat. And these stickers here are that you can cover up the microphone. That's what I didn't like about the Max. The Max has a pretty big microphone, and then stuff like the Rode, even though that's going to give you probably the best quality, they're big old honking things that you have to attach to yourself. Not only are these small, you can actually put stickers on. There's a black one that I'm sure is in here. I don't know why you would ever use these other ones, but I guess some people might. I guess it's good to have options. But here are the black ones, right? So we can just attach a black sticker on these. Oh, let me pull this off. And let's see if I can do it without screwing up. Maybe I should start with this side. You know what? I'll be right back. Let me put these on. All right, so I got the one sticker on, and as you can see, it makes it a lot cleaner looking, so you can be wearing this and you hardly even notice it. Unless you're wearing white clothes, then I guess I'll notice it, but I never do. But anyway, they're very, very small. Cool. And here is the actual receiver. So you cannot, this does not take, you can't plug in like another lapel mic or anything into this. This is basically all you're going to get. But we'll see if the quality, I think the quality is going to be better than the J12. And I'm probably just going to end up using these as default. I like that it comes with two, because that way, you know, you can do interviews. You can do, when I do gaming sessions, I've done some in the past where I've had a guest and now we each get a mic, or even I can do a thing where I get a mic and maybe I put the other mic close to the TV output or something like that if I'm doing a CRT gaming or something like that. So yeah, very useful. I mean, it's always nice to have more than one. The receiver itself seems pretty cool. I mean, it's small. It's got transmitter 1 and transmitter 2 signal lights there, so you can see when you're transmitting. I'm not sure. I guess this is the gain. Oh, here's your output to camera and power, and I think this is for noise cancellation, right? And I'm not sure what this is. Probably to go to PC maybe. But yeah, that's it. The whole package is very small. The case is quite large, surprisingly. How was this way? Yeah. So I guess these go, okay, so we have to remove the, this is the way they charge in case you're wondering. Has these three little dots here. Not sure if that's in focus. And then you can see that there's dots down there. So you just put them down here and yeah, they charge right just like that. So let's pull this film off. And okay, and you can see that there's indicators there for charging. So that's cool. This thing doesn't charge, I don't think. Oh, it does. Oh, right, because you can use it on phones. The receiver that goes into the phones actually won't need to charge, because why would it? It's plugged into the phone, so the phone will supply power. But I think it's this, no, this way. No, this way. And should be a charging indicator for that. There you go. So both the transmit lights go on when it's charging. So that's cool. Looks like the case is 3/4 full. Again, I just opened it. So, and here's the USB. It's USB-C to charge the case itself. So there's that. And then here are the two receivers. This is the USB-C receiver. So you'll plug this into modern iPhones or Android phones. And this one is for Lightning iPhones. So let's take, this is the one I'm going to be using right now. And yeah, pretty basic. So it looks like, I like this. It has a charging port. So if you need to plug in power, like your phone's low on power and you want to plug this in, and actually it's USB-C. So you can actually use the USB-C cable to charge your Lightning iPhone. So that's kind of neat. I think that, yeah, so this is the noise cancellation button down there, I think. Is that what that is? I'm guessing that. You know, it may not be, because, oh, is this a pass-through? So another reason that I got this is because when you want to hear when you want to playback, you do a recording and you want to hear what it sounds like. Most of the time, you'll have to unplug the microphone, because the iPhone will think that you're wanting to play music through whatever's plugged in, or not music, but the audio to whatever's plugged in. So like the Blue Yeti mic, when I have it plugged in, I'll do my video recording, and then when I go to check to see my recording to see if the audio levels were okay or the video was okay, I have to unplug it. Otherwise, it won't play any sound, because it thinks that the Blue Yeti mic is somehow a speaker. But this has a pass-through, so that may be it. I could also just read the instructions and stop guessing on things. We'll see what's here. All right, what is this? It's got a silica gel package in there for moisture. A nice little carrying case. Oh, that's pretty big. I mean, it's big, but it's not too big. What the heck? All right, what's all in here? Okay, that's it. Is this the instructions? Packing list. Okay, so here's the packing list. So it's got two transmitters, the camera version RX1, so I guess for the camera adapter, USB-C plug. So this is the receiver for the USB-C, receiver for Lightning, the camera case, windscreens. They're probably someplace in there. I heard that they were kind of a pain in the ass because you have to cover the whole lapel pin and you can't see what side's up, which is, I don't know, I guess that may be a problem. So these are windscreens that go over. What is this? A cable. We haven't gone through all these. So various cables, a bag clip, some clip magnets, necklace. Okay, so if you don't have anything you want to clip maybe you're wearing a thick coat or something like that and you can't clip it onto your coat, you can wear essentially a lanyard and then put it on the lanyard, I guess. Some sticker pack, and quick guide, a warranty card, and drawstring bag. So let's check out what's in the bag, unless something, oh, here's a quick guide. I'm very curious to see what those buttons do. So built-in microphone, so let's take a look at one of these things. So the status indicator's right there, it's glowing blue right now. That's the power, noise cancellation, and pairing button. Okay, so it does multiple things. There's the magnet on the back, of course. The microphone is there. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's pretty small. There's tiny little holes. So one of the problems is I think if you put a windscreen over the whole thing, it's difficult to see, like, because it's round, there's no way to feel. You could actually end up putting it upside down and maybe not getting the best audio. So that's been one of the complaints. We'll see about that. And here's the two receivers for both sides of the Lightning one. Status indicator, noise cancellation, and pairing button, same thing. USB-C port. Okay, and then the Lightning version, which is basically the same thing. So the receiver itself has a USB port, power button, mode switching, and pairing button. Okay, it's a volume knob. I guess that's for the gain. And 2.5mm output jack. So it outputs. Oh, okay, so it's a volume for the output. Interesting. A back clip and charging contacts. And that is the mobile version. That is not what we have. Nope. All right, so basically that's it. So product, the placement. It says place the clip magnet on the back of the collar. Who wears collared shirts? And secure the transmitter on the front of the collar. Okay, I mean, I understand how magnets work. That's cool. All right, first usage. Here's how to use the necklace, aka the lanyard, which I can figure out on my own. Receiver connection. So charge your phone. Yeah, so that's what I said. So it has kind of a pass-through. You can charge your phone while you're actually using the receiver, which is neat. So receiver connection for the cameras, which I'm not going to be doing. Noise cancellation while shooting. Okay, so video recording control while shooting with your phone. Double press the button on the transmitter to start. Oh, that's nice. So if you have the phone aimed at yourself, you can double click this button here and it will start recording your video. I don't know if I would trust that. I would feel like I would double click it. I'm like, did I double click it? Did it start? Because then I do a 15-minute video and then I look and it never started. So I don't know, but it's there if you want to use it. Product usage, volume adjustment, camera version. Okay, so the volume adjustment is only for the camera. So I guess that's the output. Okay, that makes sense. So when the audio output, the jack was for going from the receiver to the input on the camera, and you want to adjust the volume going into the camera. All right, charging, storage, and blah, blah, blah. Cool. All right, so let's put this back into charge. Oop, gosh, those things are small. It's stuck to the camera stand. That's a pretty strong magnet. It like fell and stuck to the metal stand. What if I put it in upside down? Well, it goes in, but it doesn't really like it. Let's see. Yeah, it really likes to be one way. So just in case you're like, well, I put it in wrong, it doesn't even close. So it won't even close. You gotta let it go in there. Okay, cool. I was worried maybe like, stick it in there wrong and you think it's charging, but it's not. But it makes it pretty obvious if it's in there incorrectly. So there's magnetic stuff in here too. This is a USB A to USB-C. Okay, cool. This is, oh, look, this looks like it's the lanyard, I think. Yep. So This probably just sticks. Oh, okay. There it is. Oh, there's two lanyards. Oh, that makes sense. There's two transmitters. Okay, cool. All right, so that's for that. And what is this? Oh, these are clips. I'm never gonna figure out how to open these. Is there a correct way to open them other than brute force? Maybe. Oh, I did a better job that time. These are clips. So if you want to actually clip to something, maybe your clothes is too thick, like I said, you're wearing a thick coat or something, and you don't want to wear a lanyard. Oh, okay. There's some resistance there because, you know, north-south magnets, right? Oh, it's right there, obviously. So you can transform this from a magnetic only to a clip version, which is neat. So it's nice that they give you some options, right? They give you some options on how to mount this. That is cool. And here's, okay, so this is for the camera. So output from the transmitter, right? And then into your camera, right? If you have a fancy camera, which I don't, but maybe one day I will. That's neat. I wonder if you can just put headphones on there. I don't know why it wouldn't work. And what's this last one? Dude, I hate these bags. What the hell? Oh, these gotta be the windscreens. Screw it. You can tell because it's soft. All right. Are there two? Is this just one? Why is there only just one? Oh, there's two. All right, so individually, whatever. Let's try to put one of these on here. I heard it was kind of a pain in the ass. If I can't get this on in a few seconds, I'm just gonna move on. Probably right to the, oh, I can already see it's kind of hard to grip. Also, like you're gonna lose track of where the hell the button is. Oh yeah, this is not super easy, but you know, not too terribly difficult. There, you got it on. It just took a few seconds. That looks funny. It looks really funny. But anyway, I guess when you put this sucker on, you better remember what side the button's on, and then remember to put that. So this is what it looks like. Remember that the button is on, it's a 45-degree angle from the top of the microphone here. So so if you find the button here, that means, what's this way? Where's the back to this? Did I already lose it? Well, I'll find it in a bit. But anyway, that means that the top is up here. So you make sure to mount it this way with the microphone on top. Or I guess you can just look, oh, the microphone's the other way. Oh, this backwards? No. Anyway, I'm not gonna mess with this anymore. I'm not gonna be using these outside much, so I'm not too worried about that. Let me just try it out. Let's do a sound test with all the microphones I mentioned and the Hollyland Lark M2. So as I was putting stuff away, I realized this thing only carries the receiver for the camera. It doesn't actually have a place to put this, which is what I will actually be using because I'm going to be filming with my phone more often than not, especially since I don't even own an expensive camera that takes that input. But I figured out that if you take that receiver out, that big old honking camera receiver, it still fits your iPhone or USB-C receiver. There's a little slot there you can kind of see, and so it'll fit in there and it will close, and it's pretty secure. So I think I'm pretty sure that that's on purpose because that slot, otherwise why would it be there? So yeah, don't worry if you aren't going to use the other one like I'm not, and you're just going to use either the USB-C or the Lightning connector. Anyway, just thought I'd mention that. This is the iPhone 13 Pro Max built-in microphone. It honestly isn't too bad so long as you're in a quiet room and it's not too far away from you. As you start pulling away from it, the sound quality drops quite a bit. But it is the built-in mic, so it's very convenient, and if you don't want to mess around with the external mics, it's not a bad option, honestly. Again, this is the iPhone 13 Pro Max built-in microphone. This is the AirPods Pro 2 microphone. It uses Bluetooth. It sounds okay. If you're really close to the phone, it might even be better to use the built-in mic, but if you get any kind of distance away from it, it's probably better to use the AirPods Pro 2. They do have some noise cancellation, but honestly, it's not very good. I've tried to record with the Pro 2s in a convention, and it just sounded so horrible. I had to just completely remove the audio, and the audio was unusable. But it's okay. It's mainly used for watching videos, Netflix, YouTube, that kind of thing, and of course making phone calls. Again, this is the AirPods Pro 2 microphone. This is the Blue Yeti microphone. It is connected via USB to Lightning port adapter, and it generally sounds pretty good. This is what I normally would use if I'm recording videos and I can get away with using it. Sometimes it's inconvenient because it is wired and it's kind of big and clunky, but overall it does a pretty good job. So this is probably my first choice. We'll see how the Lark microphones do, but currently this is my go-to microphone for my YouTube videos. Again, this is the Blue Yeti microphone. This is the Ulanzi J12 microphone. It is something that I would use if I'm far away from my phone or I don't have my AirPod Pro 2s because those connect very quickly. But I do use this from time to time to create my YouTube videos, but it does have kind of a muffled sound to it, so I kind of got away from using it lately. Again, this is the Ulanzi J12 microphone. All right, now for the reason that you're watching this video. This is the Hollyland Lark M2. I don't know how it's going to sound. This is my first test with it, but it does have two modes, with and without noise cancellation. Currently, it is without noise cancellation. So let me go ahead and turn that on really quick. All right, now this is the Hollyland Lark M2 with noise cancellation enabled. It was pretty easy. I just clicked the button, the light turned green, so I know it's enabled. And yeah, we'll have to see how this sounds. Again, this is the Hollyland Lark M2 currently with noise cancellation. All right, still with the Hollyland Lark M2, I wanted to quickly show you the difference between the Ulanzi and Hollyland cases. As you can see, the Hollyland case is a little shorter, but quite a bit fatter. So there's that. Neither one of these are probably very comfortable to put in your pocket, although I guess you could. It's probably better to put them in a backpack or something. But let's take a look inside the two cases. And you can see that the transmitter for the Ulanzi is quite a bit bigger than these little button ones. So this is going to get enabled as soon as I pull it out. So yeah, I'm going to see that it's transmitting from both now. But that's okay. So now it's transmitting from both. So I'm going to tap here. You can probably hear the taps. But yeah, it's quite a bit smaller. It's maybe a little bit thinner. You're going to probably hear some noise from me handling this, but oh, the magnets have kicked in. But anyway, this is the Hollyland Lark M2. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to put them in the comment section below, and I'll try to answer them as best I can, or respond if you just have a comment. Let me get this back in here. There we go. All right. Thanks for watching. Till next time.